My husband and I started working with the team at Cheviot Value about 5 years ago. This was after I watched David and his team very successfully and fluidly manage my parents' transfer of assets from my grandmother when she had passed about 10 years ago.
At the time of her grandmother's death, her parents were distraught and confused, and they had asked us to help with the process of the transfer of the estate, what was going to happen to the house, what was going to happen to the trust.
In watching Cheviot work on the transfer of assets from one generation of the family to the next with such ease, I knew that there was no question in terms of who we wanted to bring our portfolios to.
I think I have a special sensitivity to the wealth transfer issue. I can relate firsthand. In 2002, my grandfather passed away. My grandmother asked me if I could help her, please, because he'd left her some money and an estate, but no direction. She asked if I would please help sort it all out. And at the time, I was a 5th grade school teacher, and she said, well, go learn it. So I did. I made the transition from a teacher that helps little people to a financial planner who likes to think of himself as helping older people.
Before my husband and I came to Cheviot, we were basically managing our own finances. Once we had children, we realized that our perspective on the future definitely changed.
When Kim came to us, she had concerns about her own financial situation and that of her family. And she laid out what her hopes were and her goals were, but alongside those things, we could see what her concerns were.
I teach public school. I don't know what will become of the state teacher's retirement system or my pension. And I think I'm part of a generation that can't necessarily count on the same level of retirement funding that my parents could or their parents could.
We see it as our job to mesh those hopes and goals and have them so that they're realistic, so that she doesn't have to have the fears and concerns.
Whatever advice David and his team give me is always in the best interest of our family.